Ever since Susan has been in the public eye, there have been a lot of stories about her erratic behaviour in the press.
I always felt misunderstood, yeah. I didn't really understand what was wrong with myself. I mean, I knew it was different, but I didn't really know what was wrong with myself.
Recently, Susan has been working with a psychiatrist to try to understand her behaviour.
The common myth, and certainly the one Susan believed, was that as a baby she'd been starved of oxygen at birth, and that had led to her being brain damaged, and that she had a below average IQ or potentially a learning disability. None of those are the case.
Dr. Mowat discovered that Susan's anxiety and emotional outbursts had another explanation. She has Asperger's syndrome, a form of autism.
Most people with Asperger's struggle with how to deal with emotions, whereas we're quite comfortable with emotion and dealing with emotion and handling emotion. People with Asperger's find it really difficult to express that emotion or even understand other people's expressions of emotion.
Can I get a picture? Aye, of course you can.
A lot of people on the autistic spectrum have to learn the sort of social cues that perhaps me and you would just take for granted.
All right. Favourite last song, eh?
For example, standing too close to someone when you're speaking to them, or just being aware of facial expressions, body language, and other non-verbal cues.
Well, damn it, then. There's a little fella. Big girl. Hi, Rachel. Hiya.
These communication issues can often be connected to high levels of anxiety.
When she is in social situations, because she finds that difficult, she will feel very anxious about that. That will cause her distress. That may lead to emotional outbursts. So, yeah, that is more than likely part of the Asperger's diagnosis.
I felt all my life I've been in a bubble. I felt all my life that I could never fully make any relationships because people picked me up wrong. All I needed somebody just to say, Susan, I believe in you. Susan, I think you can do this. And what did I get in the very early days from other people? Well, Susan's not capable.
What did Dr. Mowat explain to you?
There's no evidence of brain damage. That I am okay. And I'm perfectly capable.
Despite the pressure, Dr. Mowat supports the idea of Susan going on tour.
It's important when someone has a diagnosis on the autistic spectrum that if they have a niche that they're particularly good at, that they pursue that. So I would absolutely encourage her in pursuing that, because it does bring her a great deal of self-worth and really improves her esteem.
These dates that we are putting on probably wouldn't have happened had we not had the diagnosis. Susan will always be anxious, will always be nervous about anything. I don't think that has changed, but the fact that we know what the problem is or was has helped enormously just get things into perspective, not only for the people that work with her, but also, most importantly, for Susan herself.
Susan receives gifts from fans from all over the world. To many, she has proved an inspiration.
Wow, that's nice. How do you feel about that? The likeness is there.
Wait, just the guy.
He's about 18 and he was diagnosed with autistic spectrum disorder at age 4. He said, I've always believed that all of us, just like you, have something special to give, a way of making a contribution that matters. So there you are. That's what he's been saying. It's just a point. People may have problems, but they've got other things as well. And they've got a lot more to offer.